So that would be my question to the guys. Like, can y'all really tolerate or accept being cheated on from a woman? Or
Oh,
because I mean, guys can't handle that, but y'all want the women to stay around and say we can overcome, but y'all can't dare stay in it.
that's not true.
I
It's
want to
not
do
true.
women. Do any women believe in leverage? Like every time I see that, people be like, "What? How dare you? How dare you say that?" I'm just saying, in life, like this is a real thing in life. That we not living in the fantasy world. Like, do people believe in leverage? Like, do you understand? Like, in this world, it's some stuff just can't happen. Like right now, this is a fact. Like everybody can't have somebody. But I never, but very rarely do I hear people say, I'm okay with I'm not gonna be married. And I want to be, but it's probably gonna be me, the one who's not gonna be married. I don't hear people say that. I hear people say, I don't want to be married, or I'm gonna find my man, and it's a perfect man out there for me. Or I ain't settling for this. But I very rarely hear somebody say, I want to be married, but just statistically speaking, if I got 5 good homegirls, statistically speaking, that one of us or 2 of us probably not gonna be married.
But we're okay with that. We talk about that. We hear that. We hear that a lot. We talk about that. We say that. And it's okay. You have to get to a point to where there's self-love and you love yourself. Yes, I desire to be married. I would like to be married, but I'm okay if I'm not. I'm okay. I think I live a great life. So if he don't come along and I don't get married, I'm perfectly fine with that. I just believe like everything happens in the timing that it's supposed to happen. And what's for you is going to find you regardless. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. But what's for you is going to be for you. Just like we have accomplished everything else that we have accomplished up until this point. If that's for us to have, we'll have that too.
See, that's why I think that when I tell my homeboys not to beat this subject, I tell them, bro, it's not a perfect woman. So start acting like, see, I be real. I say, bro, this woman don't have this and she might not have that and she might not have that. Don't think you're going to keep passing over women thinking that you got all the time in the world to be married. You got all the time in the world to start your life. You got all, that's no, you don't, bro. You'll end up playing this game and be 60 by yourself in a nursing home. That's reality. But we can say, when time comes and God aligns the stars, all things will fall in and I'll walk into a grocery store and meet the perfect woman. And then you'll be 70 in the liquor store. And I got uncles who have a lot of money and who lonely as hell by themselves because they thought when time heals and everything passed away, I can always get me a woman. But that's just not reality. Reality is you're going to have to take some good with some bad. And one of the bad, like Chris said, I'm not for cheating. But if a man has 10 things that are hidden, that's hurtful. That can kill you. I'm never saying you should take that. And I'm not saying you should take cheating, but I'm just saying if he has 10 things and then 9 out of 10 things, and the one thing is he got to learn how to be how to have discipline and how to have self-control, because that's what that is in cheating. In most cases, most men can't have. So that can be taught and learned. It's not having to do with love. It can be just a man growing and learning self-discipline and self-control. And that you'll throw all the other 9 things away and say, well, I'm okay being by myself because I know I'm good by myself, but it's okay if I never get this guy and live my life by myself. Like, I never want to be alone. Fuck self-love. Like, do you know when God made Adam, he said Eve too? Like, Adam had self-love. And then God said, give him Eve. Self-love is, the world is not meant to be born by yourself. And maybe I'm wrong, doctor, but I just feel like I love myself, and people can tell you I love myself. But I love my wife. I love being with her. I love walking. I love coming in the house. I love all that shit. I don't want to be without
it. Can I say, Dr. Gibbons?
She ain't finna sit here and tell me she don't want a man to say that about her one day. I don't want to hear that cap ass shit. She want a man to feel that same way about her. And if I was a potential husband and you sitting on a goddamn podcast talking about, well, if it happens, I'll pass you up. Let me go to the one that want it to happen, that's wishing it to happen, that's manifesting it to happen. Let me go with her because my value will be appreciated. And to your question, Dr. Tiffany, is it correct? The part about will I accept cheating? No. I've been on this earth 40-something years. I've had a lot of sex. I have never got fucked. Every time you had sex, you got fucked. So that's the difference between me and you. So no, I don't want my lady coming back fucked.
Dr. Given, I want to say,
and that's fair.
What I'm sorry, Dr. What the question was, can a man accept it, right? And I want to say the younger me, ego me, is going to be two questions. One that's going to affect my decision is, for most people, is a face to it. Like I can actually know the dude that she didn't had this rendezvous with. So now mentally, I see this dude all the time. Ain't nothing against him, but now mentally, I can attach a face to that transgression. The second thing is, I think one of the guys on the show said before, a lot of times men do accept cheating until they find that other dudes find out. If somebody else know, I can't. Now I'm embarrassed and she didn't cheat it, so my ego not going to allow it. But I will say, once you get a little older, if you got a little emotional intelligence or whatever they call it, I think if you had a long-term relationship, some people can work through it. Listen, when I was younger, I had somebody cheat on me, and it wasn't because a lack of sex. Like, it was no issue in sex. That person just had a character issue that she was a cheater. She got off. It wasn't nothing I could do or that I was trying to do. So, sometimes you just got to have some understanding. But if I'm older and my girl cheat, and I know it's because I didn't drop the ball somewhere, then I gotta evaluate. You know what I mean? I know if I'm out here dropping meat off all over time and she cheat, then it's a question that I gotta be like, let me be realistic and say, do I value this woman, and is it worth savaging? My feelings will be hurt for a minute, but if I know at the end of the day I got something that I ain't gonna find nowhere else, or something I didn't built on, then I'm gonna have a different approach to the cheating. I never accept it. I guess the word wouldn't be accept. It's just something I'm gonna have to be 100 with myself about.
But the thing about it is, do you value that person enough not to put their life in danger? Because I don't think you're looking at the health component of this. When people cheat, especially when they step out and some of them get other women pregnant, you've had sex with multiple women without using any type of protection. So then you're going back to that wife, or you're going back to that girlfriend, and you're potentially passing her on herpes and any other sexually transmitted diseases that are out there. You don't take that into consideration. That's dangerous.
Well, exactly.
Most people don't.
I take it into consideration because I want to be truthful with my woman. I don't want. That's the reason why I don't want to be lying about it. I don't want to have to do all those things. Whatever, we're going to talk about this. So her safety is going to be paramount, because this is the woman that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. So I can't risk bringing something home again, but that's in our household, and that's what we talk about, and that's what we discuss. My policy is not going behind your woman's back and not telling her what's going on. My policy is having open dialogue with her and working something out, especially in our 40s.
That's a good point by Aaron Peter and Mr. Redmond. Forgiveness or acceptance. So that's two different things. Now that is something, Dr. Given. And Dr. Tiffany. Those two different things.
All right.
Did Mario go?
Yeah. I just got a question for Dr. April. Do you think that because I feel like it's easier for a man to accept cheating when he has cheated, or he come from a previous life of cheating? And I feel like what Chris, when he's articulating right now, it's almost coming from a place of like, I felt that too. Like, yeah, this is the game. This is kind of the playing field I'm on, right? But when it comes to a person like Dr. TC said this, women are emotional. Everything men do, they hurt. So men know that too. So if I know my woman is emotional, that means I know most of the times, not all, she was emotionally attached to this guy. So I don't even know when the cheating will stop, because it might be too much for her to stop. Because not only did she cheat, she might actually like him or love something about him to give her body. Because most time when you have a woman, she's just not the run-of-the-mill, just floozy, right? She's somebody who, this is just an ongoing thing, and she probably found somebody who made her feel a certain way, and she don't want to let it go. So sometimes men can walk up in the morning and just have no discipline. Meet a girl at the bus stop, like you said, not think, just be reckless and go have sex with her. And then they can say, that girl you just seen, she got hit by a bus, be like, dang, and keep on going by his day. But a woman will be like tied to them dudes, and they be like still calling, still like she be trying to break it out because she want her husband, but that dude be really. That's why I feel like it'll be harder for me with anybody cheating on me because I feel like it'll be an emotional tie to their man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I hear what Horace was saying because mature. I understand you don't want to just throw your life away, but I would be too scared that he has some part of her that he was able to get to, and I don't know if she even strong enough to let it go.
She getting plowed. I'm a plower. She is getting plowed.
But some women don't cheat for that. Some women cheat.
Exactly.
Some women cheat because he make her feel like right now I might be working too much and too busy. Then I've seen people cheat at work. Like we tell because they just persistent and it's in your face and they giving you everything, even if it's lies that the people at home not giving you because he focuses on the important stuff. So he missing you got your nails changed a different color. He missing them new glasses because he trying to make sure that the rent paid and the kids picked up and the car got oil. And then the guy at work who don't have a pot to piss in the window, throw it out is, hey, so he's smiling. He know your favorite Frappuccino because that's a $2 thing. But he's not putting tires on your car that's $1,500. You see, I'm saying I understand how you can get caught up in both of them realms, but you're gonna get caught in. Even when you want to break loose, I've seen this at a job. And I know this woman wanted to stop. I ain't trying to take off her. I know she did. But she was wrapped around that little joker in the warehouse was wearing her out. You know what I'm saying? And she really wanted to stop and leave that dude alone. Like crying. She had to take days off of work. But he had a piece of her heart. And I was like, yeah.
He touched her heart.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, the dude they cheat with is the unemployed dude that got nothing but time to call her, text her all day. Because the real dude working 2 jobs or working and he's tired. He got time to do. It be the dude that ain't got nothing to do all day but text, call, and he touching her heart. All right, he touches. But when he go,
I'm saying he got a job. He just not what he was. Like the dude was younger, so he had a job, but he just didn't have no responsibilities as the other man did. So he would just he could take you out in the middle of a Wednesday because it's him in an apartment by himself. He's a player. I've been at that point, but I had to let that young brother go because I felt like he was putting the whole warehouse in safety because I just knew her husband was gonna come shoot up. So I had to fire his ass.
He was giving her that frozen pork chop.
Hey,
not blind boy.
Not with them high ass standards she got. I know she didn't let the mailboy hit her. No way. Not the high standards that won't settle for.
But you know what, Chris? Because it tricked her because she felt like, I know I'm not gonna fall for him because he ain't nothing. So I'm gonna use him and then use him for this, and then I can break this off whenever I want. Until, as Horace alluded to, you never knew that his first love was being a pornographer, and he wanted to be that, but he just could never pass the physical. So he came to work at the warehouse. So this is what he wanted to do all his life, and he met her, and she was wrung around his finger. And I'm saying I'm pretty sure Dr. April here all the frisky stuff in her chair. But I'm just saying, it just
April was getting hit by a male boy before.
You knocked the Mario coins out of boy. Common sense is going in every stroke, just right out the window.
Whoever that